Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at TechTrader.com. It's Tuesday, July the 10th. These are the charts of the day. A real good trading day on Wall Street. Most stocks did well. The technicals returned around, and markets were squeezed to the upside. Taking a look at about 24 stocks that we've had interest in today. Take a look at our old favorite AEHR, which we had a swing on here and there, and now, after 5 waves down and a base building today, the breakaway gap on 7.4 million, the biggest volume on an update that we can see in a couple of years. So pretty interesting breakaway type gap, and I think it's going to trigger some more upside. We're looking for 18.5 and 21.5 going forward. AMDL, with the tracking stock for AMD, broke out of a base, has been surging with the AMD reversal. This has gone from 1470 to 2164, about a 50% move in the last week. And right now my target is 23.5. AMLX, after getting a disastrous drop in February and March, the stock meandered down around the 1.5-2 range, but today exploded for 41 cents. That's a 25% gain. Volume was over 10 million. We're right at resistance. If we get a follow through now, I would look for about 265 and 315. CCJ, the leading purveyor of uranium, you can see broke out of a falling channel that's been in place for 5 weeks, but within a rising, longer-term rising channel, now we can look for a test of, maybe take out of 56 and then move into the 59.60 range, perhaps as high as 63. CLS, beautiful long-term rising chart, broke out through a double top and into new high territory. Mid-channel line is 65.6, upper channel line low 70s. EXK, silver was strong. EXK broke out a couple of days ago, keeps running. My mid-channel target was met today at about 460.65. My upper channel target is at 5 3/4. FENG popped out of a wedge today and exploded 52%, closing at the upper end of the range. There may be more to go. I'm looking out for 5 and 6. GATO, Mexican silver stock, spiked as well today, jumping 21% on 1.4 million, which is big volume for that. Now the channel top beckons at around 16. GOVX popped a couple weeks ago and then had a 1.5 long pullback before today's snapback out of the falling wedge. Volume picked up to 3.4 million. It needs to do better than that, but my target's going forward are 4 and 5. IVP exploded, started moving a few days ago off of the 130 range. Today spiked all the way up to 946. Huge 7-fold increase just in the last 4 sessions. So it's a little overbought. There may be some momentum into the low teens, but I'd be careful with this one. JMIA, this is a major tech trader swing play that we've had on several times in the last couple of years. This time, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th wave is well underway, with now advancing 7 days in a row. The top of the channel and lateral price resistance tell me that 12.5 and then 14 would be targets. Longeveron, basically a big spike falling wedge. And that wedge broke, it took off again. In the last week, from 151 to today's blowout, 714. Now, it backed way off to 430, which is near support. Watch what this does here, whether it backs and fills or not. It sets up wave 4. This is 1, 2, 3. If wave 4 sets up properly, we may see a 5th wave into the low teens at some point. That could be big. NAAS, big move in the last 3 sessions. Saw it go from $1.42 to today's high at 658. That's 300% in 3 days. Volume was 50 million, which is unheard of for that stock. This is a reverse split stock from a long time ago. At this point, the potential is for the stock to make a move to 8 and 10. Nugget, I think gold, silver on the run. My Nugget target is now 60 with an interim target at 49.50. Beautiful rising parallel channel there. Silver, same thing. Look, this one broke out, is now at the double top for May. We get through that, 24 and 26.5 targets. PEGY, this is Pineapple Energy, popped, exploded in May, came way back, got very quiet, and then spiked yesterday, followed through today. Next target is 3 3/4, 4.5. QURE yesterday exploded. Today went berserk. 613 to 1135. Finished 998 up 331. A 50% gain on 62 million. Big volume. Now it is up against a major gap from back in January. That target would take you to 13. RIVN. After the inverse head and shoulder broke out and pulled back, we put a swing on it. It's now moved from a pullback low of 1321 to today's high of 1674 at resistance. If it gets through here, 19.5 and 24 are your follow-through targets. SOI had a major breakout today on monster volume for this stock. It went vertical from 825 to 1140, finished 1130. There is some resistance up here, but your next target might be as high as mid, 13, 14 range. And so you went after a multi-month narrowed coil exploded today, spiking from 413 to 545. Finished at 522, up 108 or 26%. Volume was a hefty 83.5 million shares, the biggest volume in months. I'm now looking for a retest of the 6.25 range, and then maybe 8 or 9. WGS, this swing has been in a beautiful rising channel. Today it popped out and made another new high. The target is now 34 and 38. And finally, WPM, that's wheat and precious metals, also in the silver sector. Beautiful double bottom breakout wedge, and now extending. If it gets to this range, it's new all-time high territory. I would estimate somewhere around high 60s. First high, low 60s, and then high 60s as targets. And that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.